Welcome to the Subspace Highway Cooking Show.
Hey guys, it's your favorite subpar YouTube cooking show host back with Video Knee, Festive as
Twinkle,
Fancy as Bubbles,
Fancy as Ches, Zelda, Breath of the Wild,
Tough Meat Stuffed Pumpkin.
I decided to take some friendly advice and upgrade the lights a little bit, so hopefully you can see my face a little better this time. Maybe in the third video we'll get some better audio, but probably not. Anyway, today's recipe is going to be tough meat stuffed pumpkins from Zelda's Breath of the Wild. Nintendo really does people like me a solid when it comes to creating in-game recipes that are not only easy to replicate in real life, but leave a whole lot of room for creative input. So thank you to Nintendo for allowing me to ride the coattails of your incredible artistry and success to hopefully 2 or 3 more YouTube subscribers. Dream big. It is no secret that Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. There are plenty of video reviews on YouTube that can attest to brilliant in-game mechanics making up for debatably lackluster dungeons, and a modern art style that brings a game that we've all known and love into the new age of gaming. I'm not here to give you an articulated thesis on the breadth and depth of this game. I don't even think I'm qualified to give you such an analysis, but what I can give you is a good recipe and the ramblings of somebody that is maybe a little bit more qualified.
Because it's literally just like the whole story happened 100 years ago, bro.
Yeah, who gives a crap about that stupid
literally
squeeze box?
All you need to do is go and
Twinkle,
Ganon's
Bubble,
Zelda's castle and
Twinkle,
boxers. You smack Ganon with a bunch of twigs, and then
Twinkle,
Zelda gives you a bow, and then you have an arrow that does 1,000,000 damage, and then the game's over and you win.
Open your eyes. Wake up, Link. So let's kick this recipe off in the laziest way possible with a box of Uncle Ben's wild rice. Now, you can be an overachiever if you want and cook the rice with your own measurements of herbs and spices, but we're all about efficiency on this show, and we achieve that with boxed rice. So, moving on, here is what you're going to need. So, do you guys ever find yourself chopping onions considering the absurdity in attempting to find a higher reason for existing beyond yourselves and the others around you? That maybe it's weird to think that existing itself isn't precious enough, and that maybe the need to find something more negates your own self-worth and the value of those around you? No, me neither. So let's just set those onions aside and delve into something that won't make you cry. Like apples. Apples, surely something so wholesome won't lead you down the spiral of assessing your own existence and force you to start exploring concepts like humanistic divinity versus nihilistic existentialism, and how closely interwoven these conflicting concepts are in your daily life. Parsley. We're gonna handle this and skip chopping celery because I think we've had enough shallow internal monologue for one video. Now, fry up a package of breakfast sausage in some light olive oil or whichever oil you prefer. You're an adult, I'm not gonna tell you how to live. I'm using Light Life Veggie Sausage because I like to bask in my own hypocrisy and pretend I somehow don't contribute to animal cruelty because I eat vegan sausage. And once it's cooked thoroughly, remove it from the heat and set it aside in a large mixing bowl. Then return the pan to the burner and just go ahead and cover the whole pan in butter like heart disease just is not even on your radar. And lightly saute the onions, the apples, and the celery. Then shimmy it around for a minute and give this combo an alcohol bath. Pretty sure there's a more professional term for this. But there's no judgment here if you're only doing it to sneak more alcohol into your daily life through more appetizing methods. Add a cup or so of stuffing and then moisturize with a half of a cup of veggie stock. Then use a wooden cooking spoon for this recipe like every white suburban mom with a cooking show, because let's be honest, neither of us are above a trend and nothing you do is original anyway. Apply spices like so. Bonus points if you're also collecting a whole shelf of various tiny bowls. They're adorable and like 75% of the reason I hang out at thrift stores now. Then take everything off the burner and add it to the sausage. Throw in a cup of wild rice, toasted walnuts, drop little Craisins in there, and finally the parsley. Now use your insanely strong wooden spoon to mix everything together. You could paddle across Lake Floria with this spoon. I'm pretty sure you could beat Ganon or at least some lesser enemy to death with the spoon.
Grab a tree branch and you go to town on
Spaghetti.
rock monster and you win.
At this point, I'm going to send you on a murderous rampage. Just stab that pumpkin like you're channeling OJ and rub the inside walls of the pumpkin with butter and salt, because we all know the obesity epidemic in America is a hoax created by the Chinese. We're finally going to stuff the pumpkin. This is like a 5-minute ordeal and I respect your time, so we're going to fast forward through this. Give your stuffed pumpkin its hat back and put it into a cast iron pan. Now there may be a good reason for this, like cast iron being a good heat conductor, but I just remember seeing it in a video one time and thinking, damn, I need to start sticking stuff in cast iron pans. And this is the only time I have ever used one. Look at this masterpiece in a cast iron pan. This is the perfect centerpiece for any Zelda themed party. That is some gorgeous edible material. You could enter this into America's Next Top Model of Food and have Tyra Banks assault its character for a full season and it would still hold up. This recipe actually made its debut at a party I threw a couple hours after making the video. I asked people, what did you like about the recipe, what didn't you like about the recipe, and what would you change about it to fit your personal taste, and here's the feedback I got.
What did I like about this? Everything. It was absolute tits. Tasty, it was well balanced, it's a good harmony of flavors. It's just Thanksgiving in your mouth. Are there things that you can change here and there? Of course, anybody can personalize it. Like if you don't like cranberries, some people can put apples in it. That's a good substitute. Of course there were, because it was so good.
I think it's something that, like, I don't know, if you have family, like if you're one of those people that have family and do family events, and your family expects you to bring something, you would probably bring this. It literally is something that you bring to put somebody in their place. And that's pretty much what I like about it, is I feel the smugness when
I need to apologize right now. I only ate the sausage because I didn't know it was sausage. It's not good at all. The sausage doesn't feel like real sausage. Listen here, world. If you think the rest of this review is good, let Tofi D educate you. So my taste review is great. It's the best one out here, but it didn't include sausage because I ate it all. So this is how this goes. I'll review the sausage. It was mediocre. And then you go listen to Maite's review of the pumpkin, because it may have been baller. I don't know. I only ate the sausage. And that's what I'm sorry about.
You could just put apples in it. Just make the whole pumpkin, but just put apples in it.
The next recipe. Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Just apples.
Shout out to J5, streaming on Twitch right now as Retro Ghoulie. Are you coming out here? Yes. Yeah, no, the camera knows you're here. It's fine. It can pick up every single sound. It's got a boomstick. If you watched my first video, you'd be able to tell when I was...
definitely watched it. I gave you a like, I think. I definitely didn't watch it, but I think I gave.
Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. I definitely didn't know it was on the internet, but in my mind, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, Deborah posted something. Here's a like for you.
Thanks. Thank you for that pity.
Twinkle.